Watch this shit. Scam that thing. Hawk Tuah token launch. Hawk Tuah token. Yeah. Upper echelon. He does good videos.
Everybody loves memes and everybody loves crypto scams. So why don't we take the crypto scams and turn them into memes?
Yeah.
Undeniable logic.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
that's precisely where the industry is at right now, and one of the biggest possible examples ever just happened in real time. Brace yourselves for a banger of a CoffeeZilla video on it soon, because the Hawk Tuah girl, overnight famous after she said Hawk Tuah during a random interview and the internet decided to just obsess over it, the Hawk Tuah girl offered up her own crypto token, which went to a $500 million valuation almost instantly before cratering and basically losing everyone's money, except the insiders. They all kind of got rich. Actually, side note, she has the third most popular podcast in the entire United States.
Why? She's mid at best. She's not even that bad.
Which I did not know before making this video. It's behind Tucker Carlson and Joe Rogan. She's third, which is...
That's insane. Because Joe Rogan and Tucker Carlson, man, like, it's just Gen A, man. Gen A decides who's next, bro. I swear to God, man.
Kind of insane when you think about it, but I didn't realize she was actually that popular. So this kind of all makes a little bit more sense in that context.
I mean, her podcast is trash and boring. I don't know why anybody would want to watch that.
Massive influencer, crypto token, rug pull scam, everybody loses money, right? When you put it in that lens, like, makes a lot more sense. But yeah, I realized that after scripting the video, so I added in postscript. Continuing. I'm not going to make this one overly complicated with the tokenomics or the blockchain analysis type stuff because that'll come later. Somebody is definitely catching charges over all of this. We just don't know who it is yet. And there's going to be plenty of people picking through the ledgers and tracking down wallets in the coming days. However, since I just got done listening to a Twitter Spaces, which is a really stupid format for discussing anything, but it is what it is. Since I just got done listening to one of those like Twitter podcasts about everything, where the founders of the token desperately flail around trying to defend themselves, and because the absurdity of the entire situation is through the roof, I wanted to do a sort of tip of the spear take on how Hawk Tuah just became one of the most flagrant crypto scams in modern history.
Yeah.
Here it is.
This is crazy, actually. Holy, I can't wait to watch all of this.
Hawk Tuah, the token at least called Hawk, was apparently offered by a Cayman Islands legal foundation, which is supposedly how these things are done so that they can offer the tokens under a proper regulatory framework. Seems fine. Actually, to be completely honest, that sounds a whole lot more like evading the law as opposed to following it, but that's an opinion, just to be clear.
I mean, I'm sure CoffeeZilla will go ahead and just dissect this shit bit by bit for all of us later.
Sure, what exactly the foundation's name is, there's a lot of them, but structuring the token in a way that isn't just point-blank illegal here domestically in the United States seems like at least maybe an okay start. Not that it ultimately made a difference, but whatever. According to pretty much...
This is the reason why I don't trust cryptos or meme coins right here.
Much every single media publication who covered this, and according to the apparent founders themselves, while they desperately tried to downplay things and make it seem like they didn't just rug pull the entire community for millions of dollars, a percentage of the entire token supply, they say 17% a few times, so we'll go with that, was offered to insiders through the use of SAFTs, which stands for Simple Agreement for Future Tokens. But those insiders, who were given millions of dollars, many millions of dollars worth of these tokens well in advance, had no lockup period, as it's called, which basically means they could sell whenever they wanted to. Well, within minutes of the token launching, as everyday people were hyped up and buying in and driving the price higher and higher, basically her community thinking that they could get rich, those insiders began selling, pretty much all of them. And what resulted was a token that rose to a $500 million market cap in minutes, only to come crashing back down, wiping out untold millions in the process, and earning someone, we don't know precisely who at this point, like someone earned millions of dollars in transaction fees as well. Another...
Oh my God. Yo, I need to be the people who can make meme coins. The people who the foundations and shit, whatever, that make this possible. Those people making the real money.
Aspect of this is called sniping, which means...
Because they don't have to do their hands free. Hey, I give you the platform to make this meme coin. You gotta pay me these fees. That's it. Make that money.
Bots that rapidly buy out token supply directly at launch, then contributing to the rug pull soon after, which absolutely happened here as well. Here's an example of a bot wallet that purchased roughly $1 million worth of the token within seconds and then proceeded to dump it all on the community soon after, on top of the insiders who were also selling, so double whammy. But the team behind this token claims to have tried to stop these snipers from having so much of an effect. Clearly, it didn't work. Snipers had a
Jesus Christ.
monumental impact alongside pre-sale investors, snapping up huge amounts of the token and overall exacerbating the disaster.
God damn,
I did want to mention that this isn't just a standard rug pull. It's also an abject failure of design. So that's fun. It's pretty cut and dry if you think about it. Failed management, rug pull, classic scam in the end overall. However, it gets more interesting than that because according to Bubble Maps, which is a tool for visualizing crypto holdings, posted by the actual social media account for that tool, like the company that makes it, there was a graph put out showcasing that 97% of the entire token supply in total belonged to a single cluster of interconnected wallets. Incidentally, the same cluster that was nonstop selling and cratering the price. And the primary wallets that were sniping, by the way, as well. You can see this one, the one that I gave as an example prior, which begins with HII ending with RNN, which is number 12 on the Bubble Maps graph in the cluster identified. That's pretty bad off rip. Making a token, offering millions in a pre-sale, having zero lockup, and then letting those investors, or insiders rather, dump everything on the community as soon as it goes live is bad by itself, 100%. But what makes it all so much more hilarious and terrible, I know people just lost money, but forgive me if my sympathy isn't that high for the crypto gambling addicts who lost their...
I have no sympathy for you. I'm not a crypto person, a fan of crypto, man. It's just gambling.
Their life savings on a meme coin called Tuah. Okay, at a certain point, you have to take responsibility for your poor decisions. But the thing that really dials it up a notch is how Haley Welsh, the girl behind the meme, and her managers maybe, or the people who helped her launch the token, or at least insiders who felt like they needed to explain themselves, went public on a Twitter Spaces trying to explain everything. It was a complete disaster, and I have to laugh a little bit when I think about the lawyers who will inevitably be involved in all this, listening back and just being completely floored by how stupid these people are. But primarily this...
I mean, come on, bro. You should have known that these people are that stupid, bro. She's a regular ass girl. She's a regular person who got famous. There's no family history of wealth. There's no, like, you know what I'm saying? She's not remarkable in any way. She has just nothing about her that's remarkable. She said one phrase and you guys blew her up out of proportion. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. What do you expect? She's not no financial person. Why would you take any financial advice from a bitch who said, "Hawk to a spin on that thing"? You got me fucked up. You're dumb.
This guy right here, Doc Hollywood, and also this guy named Over Here, who apparently may be the person or entity who actually launched the damn thing, go on this yapping...
Like, look at her, bro. This is the bitch you guys put all that money into right here. Dummies.
Like, non-stop yapping while saying basically nothing. And just digging themselves a grave over how it's unfortunate that this happened, but it's all about community, guys. There's one part, I'm not kidding, okay? I'm being entirely serious here. There's one part where the Doc Hollywood guy literally says, "You should be kissing my ass because I'm trying to give tokens to people." Okay? He goes on to say, "I don't care about the price. It could go to zero for all I care. But I'm trying to get people interested in crypto. Maybe they go on to be interested in other meme coins after this." I was in disbelief listening to these clowns. And it got even better because Haley Welsh decided to let CoffeeZilla on stage to speak. And he immediately...
You shouldn't have let CoffeeZilla on stage. Bye. That was a bad mistake, girl.
He began grilling them about what happened, who made money, and why they made certain decisions.
Yeah.
Well, they couldn't let that keep happening, obviously, so they muted him. They just didn't let him talk, or they tried to talk over him. Pretty sure they ended up kicking him out after that because he said, "I think I can explain what happened here," and they probably panicked when he said that. But pretty much every single person that they let speak just roasted them, ending with probably the best moment of the entire night, which was when some random guy started asking questions about the transaction fees or who profited. And Haley Welsh just pieces the fuck out.
Okay, bro.
Bedtime.
So I'm sort of curious, like, not for the token price itself,
I'm about to get
but
off
just
soon
in
after
terms
this.
of the fact that there's fees that are being generated, there's an actual, like,
Hey
source
guys,
of income.
I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
People are genuinely right now filing complaints with the SEC already. This isn't just another oopsie crypto scam that gets lost in the crowd. This was a viral internet personality. Again, I'm putting this in postscript. I didn't realize how popular she is. Third most listened to podcast in the entire country, right? That's absurd to me. But anyway, this was is currently not was
absurd.
a viral internet personality with a token launch that capped out at $500 million with a B, $500 million in value. And people in her community, many thousands of them, lost pretty much everything they put in because of how the offering was structured. Now, CoffeeZilla made some accusations about insider trading directly linked to the creator's account, which I can't personally verify, but I do take his word at face value now. I think he has a well-earned reputation for calling it right on the basis of crypto scams. So if he says it, I just straight up believe him. I'll be honest about that. And if true, that is jail time. Whoever did it, whoever made money from it, they will face charges because the scale of this one is large enough to where regulators absolutely will come down on them and make an example. The children on pump.fun, like literally children, 12, 13 years old. I have a whole video about that disaster, which I'll link down below. That's a completely different thing. But the actual kids who are rug pulling like $30,000 or $50,000 on random meme coins with small market caps, they probably won't face any charges or accountability, unfortunately, because the sheer volume of criminal wrongdoing here is off the charts. And the SEC doesn't have the resources required to prosecute even a tiny fraction of it. But what they are doing is headhunting. They want to find people and make examples out of them. Icarus type situation. Fly too close to the sun, get burned. And this right here is way too close to the sun. Somebody is going to get burned. By the way, while making this video, I also shot a DM to CoffeeZilla because as I was listening to the space and hearing him ask valid, legitimate questions, and suddenly he disappeared, I wanted to ask if they had booted him right when he started to kind of like hold their feet to the fire. And the answer is yes. They muted and removed him as a speaker as soon as he started asking valid questions.
Such a bad look because CoffeeZilla is the person in this space that holds people accountable on the internet, at least for crypto scans. So like, yeah, like that's a bad look, man. If you kick him out the chat, that means you're doing something wrong because you know he's gonna bring. You know he likes the people. He doesn't like people getting ripped off. He wants to expose scams. So like, yeah, people are gonna see that and be like, yeah, these people are cooked. They're fucked.
Questions in the space. So they're just straight up trying to dodge accountability if I've ever seen it. And it's going to bite them really hard. In my opinion, the person who's ultimately going to get harmed by this probably isn't, I don't know, but I don't think it's going to be Haley Welsh herself. She doesn't know nearly enough about any of this to pull off a con of this magnitude. But the people she hired, or at least the people around her who did the actual offering, yeah, somebody's going to go down for it. Yeah. She can go to bed if she wants to when the questions get too hot, but there's no running from the fact that millions of dollars got wiped out. And the people who lost it aren't just going to up and forget what happened here. They're not moving on anytime soon from this. By the way, I'll happily link to the SEC investor complaint form down below this video as well.
Ooh.
Not sure how many people watching actually have holdings of the Hawk Tuah token that they can claim as damages. If you do, I'm very sorry for your recent lapse in critical thinking.
I feel sorry for you if you did.
For anyone interested, lapsed critical thinking does not mean that you should have your money stolen from you. So
that's true. But next time use that noggin. That thing in between your ears right here. Use that brain. Use it next time. Especially when it comes to your money. Money's hard to get. It's easy to get, but it's easy to lose, hard to get. You know what I'm saying? You got to put in work. Time to get money. Money is your time.
Have at it. Hilariously, I just keep finding things to add right now. There's a law firm called Berwick Law that's actively looking for people that lost money on the Hawk token. Like they're headhunting. So yeah, Berwick Law, they said this on Twitter. They want people to reach out to them if they lost money. Become a client, right? Like here's the form. So I guess I'll link that down below too. But people did take notice of this. Like it turned heads. There's going to be repercussions. Bottom line, Hawk Tuah is yet another classic example of wealth redistribution, where the meager holdings of the many, the 99% if you will, get redistributed to the top 1% of the ecosystem, who all too often in the crypto industry at least, are willing to lie, cheat, and steal in the pursuit of personal wealth. Most people picture the term wealth redistribution as this awesome utopian concept where they get showered with capital from those undeserving rich people. But in reality, it's when the con men get everything because they lied to you. So that's a lot more indicative of the reality in crypto.
Yeah, realistic.
Anyway, short video, spur of the moment. Stay tuned for the more comprehensive coverage that comes after, especially if I can narrow down who precisely is behind this Cayman Islands Foundation or the insider fundraising that happened early on. But Either way, there's a lot of people looking into it now, and it's only a matter of time before everything comes out. Again, somebody will
Locked
go
up.
down for this one.
Hands
Mark
behind your
my
back.
words.
You got the right to
It's a
remain
prediction,
silent.
official
Anything you say or
prediction.
do will be used
I'll
against
circle
you in
back
the
to
court
it
of law.
eventually when it happens. That's it. If you want to support the channel, check out the links down below. A special VPN deal, locals and Patreon, channel memberships, merchandise, etc., etc. But I'll cut it there and stop rambling. As always, thank you all for watching. Question everything, and have a nice night.
All right. That's a good video, man. Upper Echelon always goes in. He has really good videos. He's really good at these essays, man.